Daniel Garcia was right there.
Yeah, no, exactly. We'll see Suzuki and Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, Suzuki Eddie Kingston. That should be good. That was good. That was previously good. I believe they've had a match. Have they had a match? Who am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of Eddie.
Ishii.
I'm thinking of Ishii. You're right. Yeah, no, that should be interesting. I mean, Suzuki versus Wheeler Yuta, I'm interested about. Just to see how that plays out.
I like that Shota Umino got on the card, but Tetsuya Naito and Kazuchika Okada and Shingo Takagi.
I like how
Hiromu won't be on here.
I like how Despy got on a plane.
Oh yeah,
flew to Missouri. Showed up. Not a match on Rampage. I don't know if he got. I don't even think he got taped for Dark. Then got stuck in the airport for a couple days, and he's back in Japan, but his bags didn't come with him. Worst experience for Despy. Not on the card. Didn't even wrestle for AEW. Just showed up.
Poor guy.
Just unbelievable that he just showed up.
Can't do anything but feel bad for that poor guy.
You could have easily done Wheeler Yuta versus Despy on Friday on Rampage. Don't know why he didn't. We gotta have the Max Caster rap. Oh man.
No, that was necessary.
That was necessary. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man, this is. It's a choice.
It's a choice. It's whatever. Ring of Honor World Tag Team Title and IWGP Tag Team Title match. FTR defending their Ring of Honor titles against Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb, who are defending their IWGP Tag titles against Roppongi Vice, Rocky Romero, and Trent Beretta. So we are going to have either 2 new champions or 1 new champion in this contest. Scotty, what are you thinking?
We know who the Fall Guys are.
Interesting.
I think FTR is getting all the belts.
Yeah. I'm very intrigued about Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan getting the Ring of Honor belts, but I do think that it's probably going to go to Wheeler and Harwood. That's my feeling.
Yeah, and that means that we're going to get New Japan FTR.
New Japan FTR, great matches like FTR versus
Aussie Open.
Well, that's pretty good. All right. Oh no, we got some more. Okay, we can do Zack Sabre Jr. Taichi, right?
Oh,
it's not bad.
That's a good one.
It's not bad. You can do Evil and Yujiro, Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens, former champs.
I hate you. You just do Cobb and O'Khan straight up.
Who else is in that tag division?
Based on the New Japan Strong bracket, Dark Order.
Dark Order. A Naito Sonata. That's interesting.
All right, moving on.
Anyways, moving on. The only other match that we have announced at the time of this recording is the interim AEW World Title match: Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Jon Moxley. We've kind of already spoken about this match in the past. But Scotty, now that it's official, Tanahashi versus Moxley, who do you think's gonna win the belt?
I more importantly need Shota Umino versus and Yoto Tsuji in the respective corners of Jon Moxley and Hiroshi Tanahashi. I need that more than anything. If Shota isn't in the corner of Moxley, I'm going to be very sad. I'm going to be very upset. We're only getting these hints of them being back together. We need it. Just pull the bandage off. I think we have a lot of questions to be answered about this show overall, but I think it is definitely going to be a win for Moxley.
I'm in the Tanahashi camp. I've always been in the Tanahashi camp, and I refuse to leave the Tanahashi camp.
Hey, keep dreaming, man.
Look. I've given my reasons before, and I'll repeat them. Tanahashi, 1, would be cool to have him hold the belt. Not only because of Tanahashi, but having an AEW, that PR move of Tanahashi holding your number 1 belt is a very cool look. Number 2, I don't really want to do a Jon Moxley as the first person to ever win a 2-time title, especially when it's interim title, because then it's a weird old asterisk, and I hate stuff like that. Let's just put on Tanahashi. just like make it easier on history books and
I
all
think
that
you have
jazz.
way too much hope with this happening.
3, if you put on Tanahashi, then you have 2 people representing AEW in the G1 Climax. 4, if it's put on Tanahashi, then you can deliver the promised match, and you know that New Japan and Tony Khan do not love to stray from matches they've promised the audience. If you put it on Tanahashi, then you know for a fact that the match next up for Tanahashi in that title, well, maybe not title defenses or whatever, but eventually it's going to be Tanahashi versus CM Punk. And on that front, you can do that match that's promised to the fans already, and CM Punk can win the title back and unify them or all that jazz. So I think putting it on Tanahashi would look cool and do all these really things, but it would ultimately get us to the match that was promised to us, and I would rather see that, in my opinion, than Moxley versus Punk. Still going to be a great match, but I would rather see Tanahashi versus Punk, and that is our closest way to get to it. So put the title on Tanahashi, folks.
I give Tanahashi maybe a 10% chance of winning.
If Tanahashi wins, I expect $10. A dollar for every percent you believe he was going to lose.
That's fine. I just don't see him winning because Tony Khan wouldn't even allow to send like 1 or 2 extra wrestlers into the G1 because of injuries. So why would he want his champion also in the G1? Tony Khan's very much about his brand, which makes sense. You shouldn't be about someone else's brand. But with all these injuries, I think he needs some stability, and I don't think CM Punk's gonna be back at All Out. I don't think CM Punk might even be back at Full Gear. So I don't feel that Tanahashi's gonna be like, yeah, I'll just chill out here in the United States for a couple months. He's not coming back that long. Oh, okay, sure. But we'll see. I mean, I would love to see Hiroshi Tanahashi hold the top title at AEW. I just will not get my hopes up for it.
I think that's a fair point. The injuries are a definite interesting point to all of this. Is that
Should we talk about the biggest match that's actually happening this week on Rampage?
Which is
Hook versus a top New Japan Strong LA Dojo trainee.
Ooh. I thought they announced it. Did they not announce who that dojo person is?
They didn't announce who he.
I haven't seen Rampage yet. Should be said.
Well, they did say that's what's happening, and I instantly said, Yuya Uemura or Ren Narita. No one else is acceptable.
Hook versus Ren Narita. Now we're talking. That sounds pretty good to me, man.
Yeah. I need it. Let's just say it. I need it.
But that is everything for Forbidden Door so far. I assume we're gonna have more matches announced. Obviously, we'll probably figure out the world title situation for the IWGP Championship this week on Dynamite. And I presume, like I said, that they're probably
Tanahashi's wrestling.
Tanahashi's
on
wrestling.
Dynamite.
Yes, that is an insane match.
With Jon Moxley against Chris Jericho and Lance Archer. Because who didn't have that in their bingo card? And then Ospreay and Austin Open versus Roppongi Vice and Orange Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
So plenty of exciting New Japan AEW crossovers on AEW television alone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Yeah, and like I said, I think we'll also get a couple other maybe multi-man matches announced as well, both through Dynamite and Rampage. So this should be a really good show. Anyone that's not excited about the show, get into it, folks. This is a really good show. Rosa Storm, that's going to be a hard-hitting affair. Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy, I think as good as Pac versus Orange Cassidy.
Damn, you had a Juice Robinson joke lined up perfectly.
Good point.
You didn't use it.
Father's Day was yesterday. All my jokes have been used. The 6-man tag, interesting at the very least. For a fact you get a new tag team champion, maybe two new tag team champions. A brand new title is going to have a champion to it, and someone's going to be interim AEW World title holder. A lot of interesting, fun stuff happening, people. Let's get into it. These matches are going to be great. They're going to be hard hitting. Everyone's going to go out there and give it their all. For a fact they will. So get into it, folks.
All right, one question before we move on.
Yes.
Is Okada wrestling on that show? Yes or no? Gun to your head.
Yes.
All right.
I fully believe it's going to be Okada and Paige in a match together in some capacity. Whether it be
It'd be so
whether it
funny.
be a 4-way, whether it be a tag, whether it be a singles, I think it's going to be Okada Paige in some capacity.
I just want to know who Jay White is wrestling if it's not one of those two.
I think they set up Adam Cole versus Jay White. They could bring it home this week on a go.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. I don't know.
Would you be okay with Jay White versus Adam Cole if we're getting Okada versus Hangman?
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
All right.
I still expect it to be the other way around.
That's fair.
I still expect it to be Okada and Adam, if anything.
Oh, Adam Page or Adam Cole?
Cole, sorry. I realized I forgot they had the same name. That's my
right.
bad. Let's go, Adam. Adam sucks.
20 years ago, Jeff Jarrett had a little nugget of an idea coming out of WCW. He wanted to start something new, start something fresh, start something that had total nonstop action. And 20 years later, Impact Wrestling celebrated Slammiversary, 20th anniversary in the Tennessee State Fairgrounds in Nashville, Tennessee, to a roaring crowd. I'm sort of making fun of it, but legitimately, this was a really good show. I thought that
It did sound like you were making fun of it.
This show is pretty good. Like the worst stuff was just like good to font good. I think it was okay, like perfectly serviceable. Overall, I think a lot of this stuff was really good, really, really fun. Some great stuff in here for Slammiversary. And I think Impact put on, underdog, not going to happen. Maybe get a couple votes for show of the year.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. And it's gonna ruin everything, but I'm gonna say it. Impact is on a pay-per-view roll.
Ooh, there we go.
Most of the time that I watch their pay-per-views, I think I've seen at least something from each one. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm picking and choosing for the most part. But I'm watching most of their shows. Like if there's say 7 matches, I'm watching 5 at least. So it's not like I'm not seeing the whole show. But I think despite all the jokes about Impact being Impact, which are never going to go away, that's they've had 20 years of this. It's not ending anytime soon. They have figured out their formula. They have a lot of good roster members and they still don't use some. Shout out Chris Bay, but they now have the 2 champions I want at the top. They have at the end of the show, I got to walk away and say, okay, I got Speedball as X Division champion. X Division is one of my favorite divisions to watch in wrestling right now. And they got Josh Alexander, who has been nothing but great as champion. So,
oh yeah,
I think they're on a roll, and I think it's scary to say that about Impact.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Slammiversary. We both saw the show last night. Scotty, did you see the Countdown show?
No.
Well, here's the thing, and that's why I asked this. The Countdown show did include a reverse battle royal, something we've made fun of last week. And I was promised.
I called it accidentally.
I was promised detailed notes on this reverse battle royal. So
I instead delivered you detailed notes about Queen of the Mountain.
All right. Well, I guess I'll take that. Well, in case
I thought it was only fair that I figure out to fill out for one bad stipulation.
Well, in case you wanted to know, Shark Boy won the reverse battle royal. You know who was in the reverse battle royal? Now that I'm looking at it, I'm very mad about it.
Johnny Swinger.
Yeah, but Chris Bay was in the reverse battle royal. That's a heartbreak right there. Seeing Chris Bay.
You know what's so dumb?
Steve Macklin was also in it, but yeah.
Jack Evans had to get pulled out, and they said, you know what? We're not going to Chris Bay in that match. You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring in Andrew Everett for that match instead. I don't get it. They still have obvious problems. I mean, there's still Impact, total nonstop Impact, Global Force Wrestling.
Yeah.
but come on, man. How do you not put Chris Bay on your card?
In their defense, if you're gonna get someone that has a similar moveset and similar mindset to Jack Evans, Andrew Everett's a pretty good, solid pick.
I guess my overall point is Chris Bay should have been the match to begin with.
Yeah, I think ultimately that's the bigger thing.
Ultimately X.
Let's talk about it. Impact Wrestling X Division title match, Ultimate X match. Mike Bailey wins the title by defeating Ace Austin, Alex Zane, Andrew Everett, Kenny K.I.N.G. King, and Trey Miguel. Great match.
Speedball.
Great match.
This was the best X Division match since the one. Was it last year that Alexander won?
That Josh
They've
Alexander
had a couple.
They've had a couple.
Yeah, Josh Alexander won one. I really liked that one too. But this was really good. Really, really good. Everyone had great spots. Andrew Everett was kind of out of his mind, so he ultimately was a good fit in the anyways. I think he's been in one before.
The Josh Alexander one that he won was Slammiversary last year.
Oh, there we go. Perfect way to bookend it then. But Speedball is the man. I'm so happy he won. Ace Austin is part of Bullet Club is weird. When you're not, now that I see him back in the Impact setting, I was like, oh, right, I forgot. Alex Zane, the Sauce, did some crazy stuff. He mostly got hit with crazy stuff.
Which is fine.
Kenny K.I.N.G. King was there.
He was.
Trey Miguel is, I'm going to say, he's very good now.
Yeah.
That X Division run really, I think, put it all together for him. And he's really, really solid. He had a really good showing here. Everyone had a good showing. But the right man won, and that's Speedball. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, ultimately the guy who's been the best on the independent scene for a very long while this year. Yeah. I mean, it just really comes back in. Really has been putting it all together this year. Unbelievable stuff. Everyone had a lot of cool things, but Mike Bailey feels like he had a little bit more. That last
he
sort
did
of
the damn kick thing.
He did it
while holding on.
That last group of shots, with all of them holding up on the Ultimate X tightrope, whatever. Mike Bailey doing the kick thing to Kenny K.I.N.G. King was insane. Mike Bailey hooking his legs on, letting his arms go, and just punch Ace Austin. And then Andrew Everett coming over. Mike Bailey's like, gets up. What was it? Not Hurricane Rana, but leg scissors, head scissors, take down on Andrew Everett, brings him all the way down. And then Mike Bailey readjusts, gets Ace Austin off the thing, and then skins the cat on the Ultimate X tightrope. Comes over, sits on it, unstraps the belt, raises above his head like a fool, and just looks great with it. It's a well-deserved title win for Mike Bailey and for a great year so far. So here's to him. I can't
stress enough how simple and easy it is to book a guy that continues to make waves on the independent scene. You know, Mike Bailey is in Wrestler of the Year conversations as a Impact signed wrestler. No, is it because of his Impact matches? Not necessarily. He has a lot of great matches at a lot of great places. But now, when he's doing this for the next 6 months, oh yes, that is going to help. Every pay-per-view they have, now I get to see a good X Division match of Speedball. But now, when he's having these banger of matches, against Konosuke Takeshita, next month he has one against Francesco Akira in Rev Pro. He's gonna have the X Division title with him, so it's like, oh, look at that! Oh, he's the Impact X Division champion. Oh, maybe I should check out Impact to see Speedball Mike Bailey. It's the little things like that that get people to watch. And man, I love Speedball. He's great.
Yeah, Speedball is fantastic. Undoubtedly independent wrestler of the first half of this year in a way.
Yeah, that's not even a question. I think a lot of people have had good years. I think indie wrestling's had a lot of great matches, but Speedball has, and most of it's because of Speedball. So
a lot of it. He's been a great job. But yeah, like you said, everyone had a great time in this match. A lot of great stuff. Mike Bailey just unbelievable.
Shout out to the Sauce.
Superhuman. Wolverine. Superhuman.
He did not hit the the taco driver?
No, I don't believe he hit the taco driver. That was really devastating. That's probably why he lost, honestly.
Yeah.
Impact Knockouts Tag Team match. Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie defeated the team of Madison Rayne and Tennille Dashwood to be your new Impact Knockouts Tag Teams.
I skipped it.
It was a good match. I thought it was an okay, good match. I thought it was. Rosemary is way better in tag matches because we can hide a lot of Rosemary in tag matches. In a similar vein as Taya. You don't on card. I'll just say this: on paper, this match is totally skippable, and I get why. The match did deliver better than expectations. It wasn't great. It was totally okay.
What were your expectations?
My expectations was a dog shit match, and this match was not that. So good.
You know what?
Good
I'm
work.
Happy you're honest.
Good effort. I really enjoyed the effort from all four of these women as well. So I always respect that. Next match was a Monsters Ball match. Sami Callihan defeated Moose in 16 minutes.
My God, this was really good. Moose and Sami Callihan beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
They did. You don't really expect Moose to have this kind of match because Moose, he's the athlete. He does like the whole entrance where he's like, I don't know what it is, Ric Flair. I don't know what you want to call him.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, he does the rope thing and everything. So he's kind of like a clean wrestler, right? You don't expect him to get down and dirty into the violent matches, but he played up to it. He was really good in here. I thought Sami Callihan, seeing he didn't have a match for over a year almost, or a year to be exact, he looked great. It helps when you do plunder, especially when you're trying to get back.
Yeah,
because you can hide a lot of things, but they just smashed each other in the head with pans and garbage cans, and there were thumbtacks, and there was barbed wire, and there was blood, and there were tables, there was a door. You had a really good Monsters Ball match. I couldn't come away with it with any complaints. Exceeded my expectations, truthfully.
Yeah, it was a really good plunder match. It had literally almost everything. It was like a Stefan SNL bit. But despite feeling like, I think you could, in a match like that, you could have easily gotten overindulged in some of these spots, but it worked better. Instead of an overindulgence of like, all right, okay, guys, let's bring it home. It became more of like a buffet where it's like, all right, no, they're doing a good amount of each sort of little thing to make a cohesive match that really brought the whole thing together in a better way. And Sami Callihan and Moose, fantastic job. Moose, fantastic job. I thought he did really well in this match, especially in this match.
AEW just announced a new Dynamite special.
Oh, yes, I saw that for Minnesota.
Quake by the Lake.
Quake by the Lake. I
just wanted to say it on air.
But Moose did a really good job in this match. I thought he was fantastic, especially in this match gimmick of the Monsters Ball.
Moose!
There it is, folks. Impact World Tag Team Title Match. Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson defeat the team of the Briscoes to become your new World Tag Team Champions.
Why?
Well, you can never count out the big LG. That's really what it is. When it all comes down to it, it's the big LG, baby.
But why? Why take the belts off the Briscoes? Are they going somewhere? Hopefully, maybe
that'd be cool. I don't know.
Is Ring of Honor coming back?
Well, yes and no, I guess.
I was upset.
This match was similar to the women's tag title match in the sense that it was also good.
I think that's unfair though.
It's unfair
because the Briscoes are good.
No, hear me out. That's what I mean to say. So they're both okay, and they're both equally okay. The problem here is that I had higher expectations for this match, and this match let me down a little bit because the Briscoes are good. The Briscoes did good in here. It's just you got sort of that.
You can only have so much of the big LG.
you got sort of that big LG Machine Gunka sort of glaze in there that sort
Yeah,
of gummed up the works, if you
You just
will.
call him Machine Gunka.
Machine Gunka gummed up the works.
But
Machine
but you
Gumka.
got you got James Storm and what's his name after Chris Adams? Chris Adams.
Yes, I believe
America's Most Wanted, so that they could have a beer. That was the only reason they walked up there. They're not wrestling anymore. They're just having a beer. And I was like, wow, they really thought Bobby Roode was going to be released before this.
They were planning on it. They were really hoping for it. Didn't work out.
AJ Styles was on this show.
Yep.
That was really cool.
He appeared on Slammiversary, not in person. Like wrestle. What is that website called? What culture? What culture has you believe? They have a thumbnail for their video where they Photoshop AJ Styles in the Slammiversary ring.
Get ready to fly.
Yeah, he showed up.
I am. I was happy he was on it. It was cool. Yeah. He should be on this, even if it was just a video. He did thank WWE for letting him do it. I'm sure that's what they asked him to do when I heard him say that. But I mean, it's fair because they don't usually let people do that stuff.
We also got videos. We also got a video from Sting as well, which is also
which
cool.
was also that was the other one I wanted, and we got Kurt Angle. So got the big three, I think, in terms of star power in that company. We just didn't get Samoa Joe.
Yeah, which Samoa Joe tweeted out saying that it just didn't work. It just couldn't work out time wise to put a video together. But
you can still show up there.
He could have been in the ring. He could have faced down Tasha Steele or something. I don't know. 10-man tag team match. You got the Impact OGs in a way. Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, Frankie Kazarian, Nick Aldis, the formerly known as Magnus, and
they called him that.
And the surprise person, the Wolf, Davey Richards.
Nailed it.
Versus defeated the team of Honor No More.
He missed Warrior Wrestling the night before.
Well, he got to prep. He had to prep for. He had
to miss one show this weekend.
He had to prep for Impact. Defeated the team of Honor No More, Eddie Edwards, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, PCO, and Vincent.
I thought this was a lot of fun. I thought this match was a lot of fun. It did break down a little bit at certain times.
Yeah.
Which, especially when PCO was in there, it really broke down and towards the end. I thought it was really good early on. And then it like I said, broke down a little bit. Fell a little towards the end of the tracks, but overall got the job done. Got a cool moment for the TNA Originals. They can call them Impact Originals all they want. They're TNA Originals. Get out of here. Mm-hmm. Davey Richards was cool because of the Eddie Edwards connection, obviously.
Yep.
Nick Aldis was there.
He did a good job. I thought he did a good job in that.
Motor City Machine Guns should be tag team champions everywhere because they're still fantastic. I want to be this. I'm going to say this nicely, but I hate that they're in Impact. They should be. You want to talk about? You want to give it older tag team tag titles at AEW? Mm-hmm. It should be Motor City Machine Guns. That's who you should be giving tag team titles to for an old, not the Hardys, Motor City, because they're not that old. They're still very good. They showed that here. They were the best part of this match for me. Motor City
Machine Guns should just. I'm surprised they have not showed up in AEW yet. I legitimately am surprised that it hasn't happened. Maybe that'll happen at some point. I don't freaking know.
The Young Bucks are champions.
Young Bucks are champions.
Be a good time.
We do have to open that. Good time. We will have to open that Impact door a little bit more. We got Frankie Kazarian through it, but now maybe you'll have to get Young Bucks and Machine Guns. They
loosely work together. It's pretty much like Tony Khan said, no more Good Brothers on my TV. I was like, okay, sign me up.
Oh, man. We were so close to getting Magnus on AEW television.
Motor City.
This match was really good, and it had a very nice, not really tribute spot, but sort of like,
Dixie.
Dixie was
there.
Not what I was going to talk about. What I was going to talk about was we got Earl Hebner there as well, doing the closing pinfall, awesome. And a little shout out to Earl's brother, passed away this past week.
They also shout out Tim White, who also passed away.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think that day, I believe it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Emotional.
very emotional moment, but it was this. I thought was a very good match. Like you said, it did break down a little bit, but ultimately got the job done, and it was classic TNA of just
Davey's
nonsense all over
also
the place.
still very good.
Davey
I
has
just wanna
never
put that out
stopped
there.
being good.
Well, he did stop because he stopped wrestling.
That's
So,
true.
I mean,
Okay,
that's how you stop being good. You
That's true.
stop completely.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
God.
Impact Knockouts title, Queen of the Mountain match.
Oh fuck.
We got Jordan Grace winning the title by defeating Tasha Steelz, Chelsea Green, Deonna Purrazzo, and Mia Yim. I asked it for the reverse battle royal, but you said you gave it for the Queen of the Mountain. Scotty, you have the floor.
Yeah. Okay. So this is an important take, and this has nothing to do with the women involved in this match. It has nothing to do with them, but it has everything to do with Jeff Jarrett. This is the worst match stipulation of all time. And here's why I can say this. This main evented multiple pay-per-views for them back in the day. Multiple. With the world title on the line. They did this in the main event. This. An absolute train wreck of a match. It makes no sense. There are too many rules. Jordan Grace won without even latching the title together. She just was like, yeah, I won. I was like, what do you mean you won? You didn't put it. Oh, whatever. I don't care. The cage is stupid. The pinfall thing is stupid. The having to put the title on top instead of grab it yourself. I think you could easily make it better is if you could just bring it down by that point. Like if you switched it. Yeah, if once you pin someone, you can go up and climb to get it. That's fine. You just make a ladder match a little more difficult. But no, we have to go grab the title from the ring keeper to bring it up the ladder. No, it's way too much. It's stupid as hell. I mean, they did their best. Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo, they're out of their minds. They did not need to do that spot, but they did. It was my least favorite match that I watched not because of what the talent did, but because of how stupid the fucking stipulation is. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Jordan Grace winning was cool. She hasn't had that belt in a very long time. And I think she's good. So that's cool. You know, I was like looking at all five. I was, this isn't a bad group of talent. You know, you got a good crop here, but holy God, the cage it's just bad.
Yeah.
And like, can't they be in there at the same time if someone else gets pinned? They just never did that.
Can't they be in there at the same?
Well, like if two people get pinned, don't they both have to go in the cage?
Yeah. Which they were they could have done that with, I believe it was in the closing stretch, Jordan Grace pinned Mia Yim, and then Tasha Steelz, I believe, was in there. So Mia Yim in theory was going to the cage, and then they would have been there at the same time. But yeah.
I feel like every Impact pay-per-view you see the X Division and Knockouts title change hands.
Yeah.
Every single pay-per-view.
Yeah. But I thought this match was fine.
It's
good.
Oh,
it's good.
This is not good. It was not.
Look, it gets a bonus quarter star with that Chelsea Green Deonna Purrazzo table spot. Holy shit.
Bitch.
That looked like it hurt bad.
There was not enough room for that. There was, because they fell right through the tables, but
it was beautiful. It was a beautiful spot. They should be proud. They should look back and be like, that looked awesome. That looked great as they're both in ice baths, just dying. But Jordan Grace wins the title. I think that's pretty good. If it's not
enough Steve Macklin on this show.
Not enough Steve Macklin. He was in the Reverse Battle Royal, so if you did your homework properly, Scotty, then we'd have had Steve Macklin on the show.
Like the Reverse Battle Royal, I would have probably walked away from that saying it was the worst.
You haven't seen it though. You can't say it was the bad match.
I saw the end of it. I saw Shark Boy win.
All right. Shark Boy.
I heard Tom Phillips or Tom Hannafin. Is that what
Tom Hannafin? Yeah.
His name? Tom Hannafin yell, "Oh, Shell, yeah!" And I was like,
Oh, Shell. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Baby. In the main event, it was, of course, Impact World Title match. Josh Alexander defeating Eric Young in 18 minutes and 50 seconds. I thought this match was fantastic.
Yeah.
Really great road down memory lane of TNA and Impact stars.
Every move you could think of.
Every move you can think of, they did it, and they did it really well, and incorporated it really well. It wasn't necessarily like, here's a stretch of just back-to-back finishes of other people. It was just like, when Josh Alexander was going for a power bomb, but Eric Young reversed it, he was like, all right, Styles Clash. And, it was just sort of like those sort of things that made it really work really well.
Good. Match of the night for me. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Young proved me wrong when I said, why is he in this main event? I know why he was in this main event. Fits the 20th anniversary celebration. He's still quite good. Him and Alexander's fantastic. I do want to say this. I did have this thought. The Deonna Chelsea, that fall from the ladder, absolutely the most brutal spot. But Joe Doring,
who pushed the ladder? Was that Jordan that did that?
I think getting that Mia Yim pushed it.
Damn. They should have had Jordan. They should have had Jordan Grace do it, because then Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green would have had a fall from Grace. Yeah, I paused the show. I stopped having you talk so I could tell that joke. Top 10.
Anyways, the Joe Doring table spot looked fucking painful, because like Alexander had to make sure he got his legs cleared over the thing, and Joe Doring's a big dude.
Yeah,
he's a big dude, so that didn't look fun.
No.
The fucking Uranagi onto the wood that Eric Young took, I was like, ow, fuck, shit, bitch, all the words you could think of, all the bad words you could think of, said them all, and then he hit the drill claw. No, that's not what he calls it. What does he call it?
C4 driver, something like that.
C4, yeah, the C4 onto there, boom. He also took a pile driver on there. Yeah, very physical. Great callbacks. Loved all the callbacks. Loved the Double J callback, the Styles Clash, the Kurt Angle stuff. He has obviously Alexander does an ankle lock, so that just works into the match anyways. But he did the wrestling slam. What else? Oh, the best moonsault ever for Christopher Daniels.
Yep.
They did that multiple times.
Yep.
They tried. Both of them did.
Really
good.
Kurt Angle moonsault. I believe
Kurt Angle's moonsault. Yeah, they did. Really good match. Awesome stuff. No complaints here. Josh Alexander should not be losing this title for a long time.
No, and that the match really felt like, TNA Impact has its always its issues and always has its Russo's eras and all that dumb match stipulations, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, what this match had was, I'll say it, Scotty, this match had total nonstop action. It was a great match, and it was the peak of what TNA is, and will be with Josh Alexander at the helm.
Motor City. Sorry.
And Motor City at the helm. Let's get the tag titles on them, and that will be good. But yeah, great
show.
Great match. Really, really good show. Like I said, I don't think it's going to win like Show of the Year awards.
No.
It's definitely going to get votes, though. Definitely going to get votes.
Yeah, it deserves It deserves a vote. If 100 people vote, it deserves one.
Yeah. 100%.
It deserves the people. Well, I mean, everyone's going to vote for like something else, but really good show. Good effort overall.
Mm-hmm.
Impact. I'm not going to watch their weekly television, but Impact isn't bad.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks. Impact, not bad. Scotty Edwards.
It's not. I'm not gonna say it's good yet.
I didn't say that. What you said was not bad, and that's with the headline. People, Scotty Edwards, not bad. Says in regards to that.
Bad. I wish that was the headline. I wish that was the big headline this week.
That's
deal with Vince McMahon, but it's fine.
That's the article review that you publish for Impact Slammiversary. Impact Slammiversary, not bad. Well, let's talk about a show that I don't think is going to be that bad at all. It's going to be the Stardom Fight in the Top. Which,
oh my god, we still have something to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to talk about it? We're over
2 matches. Oh, that's 3 matches to talk about. It'll be quick.
Well, there's 6 matches announced. We can blaze through those real quickly. But this is a sort of a historical show in a sense, especially in the Joshi world in Japan.
Very much so.
So
tweeted out a nice little stat for us today.
Oh, beautiful. Well, we got some stuff to blow off real quick, and that is Unagi Sayaka versus Waka Tsukiyama versus Raka in a 3-way match. Unagi should win. We got Momo Kogo and Saya Ida versus Mio Amasaki and Lady C. Saya Ida's on one team, so she should win. I'm just running through these. Himeka versus Mina Shirakawa. Himeka's gonna win. And 3 matches. Here we go. Artists of Stardom Championship 3-way 6-woman tag team match. Saki Kashima, Momo Watanabe, and Starlight Kid, your champions. Defending. Oh wait, sorry, it's a 3-way match. I forgot. Defending the titles against Shuri, Ami Sourei, and Mirai, and also Julia, Maika, and Mai Sakurai. Do you think the titles are going to change hands here?
I could see it. I could definitely see it. I don't think they should, but I could definitely see it when you do it 3-way like this. It is elimination, so it's probably part over the top rope so they can, avoid certain things. I don't know how elimination is, like if it's just one team elimination or each person. I think it's one team.
Yeah,
so like if someone gets pinned, the team's out. I think Oedo Tai should win. It would. I think it'd be silly to have them lose their titles back to back first defense because they did. Well, the tag titles, they got a successful defense in there, but first pay-per-view they lost it, so that counts. I think Oedo Tai should win. I wouldn't be shocked if God's Eye won. I think that's the only team that definitely could win titles here.
Sure, I can believe that. I agree that Oedo Tai should just retain their titles.
You don't have Kashima roll someone up. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wonderful trick to have.
Oh yeah. I think it would be great. It would be great. And you can just do that with like Ami Sourei. Nah, maybe not Ami Sourei.
Well, you could. She by the way,
of the three in God's Eye, then Ami Sourei.
Yeah. She also clinched a spot in the 5-star.
Yes, she has. So yes, she has. Which does feel like
undefeated.
It feels like this sort of title hold thing, kind of booking wise, kind of pushed her over the edge of let's put her in the 5-star.
Right.
Right. Or at least that was the idea, that they knew that they were going to put in the 5-star, so they gave her this title to make her look a little bit more of a reputable person, I guess. One of 2 steel cage matches. Tam Nakano versus Natsupoi.
Yeah, so this will be the first Joshi steel cage match since August 23rd, 2005, when Kamiko Maikawa defeated Mika Hoda at the T1 Grand Prix freelance show. It's not even a official promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Stardom will be the first promotion to run the steel cage since AJW did in 2002, and they're running it back to back. So it's even bigger. It's even bigger. I think it's weird. It's obviously weird how we got here because they're just like, let's do it. They're like, sure. Who doesn't start off a 3-match series with a steel cage, which is pretty much what they're doing with Tam and Natsupoi, because they have a match 2 days later on the Korakuen Hall show, which is kind of funny, but that is what they're doing. Hopefully Natsupoi's cleared, because obviously Momo wanted to take her head out with a wrench, which was an accident on all fronts, but that is what happened.
Yep.
Should be a great match. They're both very good. They had a great match last year, and now they get to have a steel cage around them. What will they do in that steel cage? I have no clue. I think the main event will be the better match because I think there will be a lot of learning here for a singles one between two smaller wrestlers, right? It depends how tall the cage is as well. Because obviously people expect someone's gonna jump. I get it. Someone's gonna jump off this cage, but I don't expect it. I wouldn't do it here. I would save it for the main event.
Totally agree.
Also, I don't know if you're gonna have enough people down there to be a base to protect one of those two if they jump on the other.
Oh yeah, so, no, it's just gonna be jumping straight down onto the stardom boards. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. And the other steel cage match that we had that you talked about is a 6-woman tag match in a steel cage. Mayu Iwatani, Kagama, and Hazuki taking on the team of Utami Hayashishita, Azumi, and Saya Kamatani. Saya Kamatani, 100% really jumping off that cage.
They have a lot of options to jump off that cage.
Mayu is also a good option to jump off that cage.
Mayu did the ladder.
Yep.
Moonsault once upon a time, and that's still like the most impressive dive off a ladder I've ever seen because the ladder wasn't open.
Nope.
And she still did it. Obviously, people were holding it, but still terrifying. It's going to be great. I mean, you can't get much better talent in there just to go in there and have a great match. There's not much story to it. I don't really need it to be. I just need it to be a great match, and that's what they're going to do. The last thing before we finish out this show is that I think there could be multiple dives.
Yeah, I can see that totally happening.
They did that in the ladder match. They did the Mayu moonsault, and then they did the Koguma from the ladder in the ring all the way down to the floor.
You're right.
Because, people are psychotic. And I have no doubt that with Saya Kamatani in here, she's not going to do something ridiculous.
Totally agree.
Big yawn by Ryan, by the way. That was a big yawn by Ryan.
You're calling me out, man. You're calling me out. No,
I had like 95. You had a chance.
I know I did. Yeah, I think this show should be very interesting, very historic. So there's no reason not to check it out. This match should be very good. A lot of high flying and action of that nature. A lot of throwing people into the steel cage. Very intrigued to see how Stardom does it. Does their steel cage matches. So I'm very intrigued by it. The ladder match was weird at the time, but turned out to be pretty good. So, if Stardom is slowly becoming a deathmatch Joshi promotion, if this is how we're starting it, then I guess so be it.
You're gonna rile up the boys.
I'm gonna rile up the boys on that one. Yeah, baby. I know how to push buttons. The button pusher, Ryan Knightsey. That's it for this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. Thank you, everybody, for listening to
Match of the Week.
Match of the Week. I'll go first. My match of the week is, of course, from AAA. Triple Mania. I knew that's one of the reasons I was going to go first, because I didn't get to see a lot of wrestling. My dad was in town. We were celebrating Father's Day and all that stuff. And I guess my birthday, since it's in a week. But I was able to watch a little bit of Triple Mania. And my match of the week is, of course, that 5-way title match for the Latin America and Cruiserweight AAA Championships with a bunch of guys. Phoenix winning by defeating Vikingo, Taurus, Bandito, and Laredo Kid. Match was fantastic. A great lucha was had by all. It was like we talked about it when we talked preview of the show. This match on the tin is going to be great. And it was. It was a great ass lucha match. So definitely go check that out if you have not. Is it worth ordering the pay-per-view for it? $20 to see that one match? Maybe. Maybe. I think it might be.
I think the show, I've only watched 2 matches from it, but I already could say it was probably better than the first one. So it might be.
Pretty good.
Not that I ordered the pay-per-view for it, but I didn't, to be fair. Yeah. I didn't order the pay-per-view for it on that one. But since you took it away from me, I will push ahead that would have been my match of the week. It was phenomenal. Easily the match, but I will say Dax Harwood versus Bill.
Dax Harwood versus Bill was very good.
Yeah, that was probably gonna be it until I watched the Lucha craziness, and then I was like, oh well, there you go. There was also this good CMLL tag match I saw between 4 guys I've never heard of. So there's that too. But it would be Dax and Bill.
Are you sure your match of the week wasn't the featherweight title match in MLW?
Huh?
They crowned the new featherweight champion and women's champion in MLW.
Why do they think they're the UFC? Why do they think they're the UFC and they have to have like these weird ass divisions?
I tweeted out that just didn't tag anyone, but just tweeted out that Dave Meltzer had a better camera setup for MLW than CNN. You want to know who quote tweeted it?
Who?
Court Bauer. Quote tweeted it saying facts, but I didn't post anyone, didn't add anybody. He just searched MLW, I guess, saw it, quote tweeted it. Court, great vanity searcher, Court Bauer. Anyways, I guess that is this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. Those were our recommendations from the matches of this past week that we have seen. I'm Ryan Knightsey. You can follow me on Twitter at Ryan Knightsey. You can follow Scotty at Scott E Wrestling. Follow the whole show at Countout Pod as well. Subscribe to the audio version of the podcast if there was any live stream issues. If you're watching it live with us, to go check out the audio only version of the show wherever you get podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify. And if you could leave a 5-star review, we would greatly appreciate it. It would very much help us out. Maybe one of these days, if we get enough 5-star reviews, we'll start. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a little thing for it. Maybe that's where we give out the very first shirt of the Ring Post Radio. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a little couple shout out skis. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. I guess maybe eventually.
Unless it's Alex.
In that case, where you have the shirt's getting lost. The shirt is going to be in a plane. The plane's going to go down. You know, that's what we're going to tell Alex, is that the plane.
No, he's going to say, I wouldn't want the shirt anyway. So we really set ourselves up for failure on that one.
Well, why would Alex not want to represent one of the greatest podcasts known to mankind? I mean, what is he doing?
Point.
I mean, what is he doing? What is he doing? That is it for this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. We'll be back next week on Sunday. And we haven't really talked about it. Are we recording directly after Forbidden Door again, or are we doing that on a Monday?
We sure are. Ooh, just something about the Jolly Roger. Yeah, we got this. I don't know. You don't work yet, so yeah, we'll just take advantage of it.
That's true. Plus, we haven't talked about this, Scotty, but my computer's back, so we can go back to recording those secret stuffs.
Oh yes, we can. We'll have to get back to that because we got one done.
One done, and my computer was in the shop for a full week.
Yeah.
Footage is still there, so we're good. All right, we'll see you all next week. Goodbye, everybody.